Hello, 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 and welcome to Tomb Raider. Goodness me, have I been wanting to play this game ever since it was, I believe the package of all three, the trilogy, was available on the Epic Store. And yeah, and now we're doing it, playing Tomb Raider. The Crystal Dynamics 2013 reboot of the Tomb Raider franchise, and presumably as we play this game we're going to be able to talk a little bit about Tomb Raider in general, Lara Croft in general, so on and so forth. And I'm very much looking forward to it. It's going to be fun. Obviously I'm not going to be completing the game tonight but we will get some way into the game, I'm sure. And with that in mind, let us launch Tomb Raider. Tomb Raider. Wow, Tomb Raider YouTube, Square Enix YouTube. That would be the Tomb Raider YouTube channel, presumably. Hey, don't forget to like and subscribe. Head on over to our YouTube channel. Okay, Square Enix, I get it. Crystal Dynamics, Square Enix, Crystal Dynamics. Acknowledge. Oh, come on, skip. Yeah, this is the store that prevents me from spending money. That is absolutely the description. And this is the Game of the Year edition, so it comes with all the DLC, which is quite nice. Goodness me. Yeah, okay, thank you. That is ridiculous. That is genuinely ridiculous. Now, something I just need to quickly do. I just need to quickly turn on the death counter. There we go. But not start at 4. Start at 0. There we go. There we go. They don't want our money so long as Steam doesn't get it either. Yeah, I can believe that. Sorry, I'm having to skip. I hate it when these layers things happen. There we go. There we go. We're back. I really enjoyed this one. I think this one is absolutely excellent. Second one's probably my favourite of the bunch, and the third one, oddly enough, I'm yet to complete. I'm yet to get anywhere near completing because it just felt very flat and uninspired. I don't know. Maybe I was just in the wrong mood. Maybe that's a reason to return to the game and play it again. You know. Good evening, Omni Revan. Good evening. Create a new save. I'll go with normal.
A famous explorer once said that the extraordinary is in what we do.
Very brutal death scenes.
Not
yeah.
who we are.
Yeah. Hence the need for the death counter.
I finally set out to make my mark. To find adventure, but instead, adventure
You found me. Ow. Oh. Heck of a start to an adventure.
In our darkest moments. When life flashes before us, we find something. Something
Camilla
that
Luddington.
keeps us going.
Interesting. It's funny, I recently replayed the original Tomb Raider PlayStation equivalent. I think I spent a long time thinking of it as a PC game, as it were. But, you know, PS1 equivalent. And, oh, there she goes. Oh, she's this game's Lara. Well, there you go, okay. Good choice. I think she's, yeah. But it's a really weird game, though. Not that this one doesn't have weirdness of its own. It is a weird game. Oh dear. Come on, Lara, you can make it. Yeah, I thought the film was pretty good. One of the things I enjoyed about that film, based on this game, was actually its portrayal of life in London, oddly enough. I thought that was quite cool. Wasn't all, stuffy, stately manner. Also, that water effect on the screen, I actually thought there was a drip on my screen for a second then. It's acknowledging the camera. That's weird. Oh, there she goes. Oh, there you go. Square Enix is involved. Oh, of course. Yes, I remember. It's funny, I spent so much time playing the second one that the first one slightly fell out of my memory. But then again, that's good, because it means I get to sort of slightly relive aspects of this game without preempting absolutely everything. Yeah, I would like to see Alicia Vikander get the chance to portray Lara again on screen. That would be good, wouldn't it? I just played the ones with triangular boobs. Well, yeah, I suppose, yeah. It's all about the polygons. Okay. Come on, Lara, we can escape. Let's start swinging. I'm not sure I'd be shouting. Given that I know I've been tied up and hung upside down, I think shouting like that isn't going to be necessarily a good idea, is it? Okay, now we have to swing into that thing that's on fire now. Ooh.
It's gonna hurt.
It is going to hurt, but you're gonna get through it, Lara. It's going to be okay. To be fair, those skulls are slightly odd shaped. Oh no! Yes! Oh, I remember that. Just brutal. Okay, here we go. So they're really underscoring here the vulnerability of Lara at this point. And I also really like, because at this point as well I hadn't played any of the Uncharted games, and I like in that sense that this was my first experience of this type of storytelling in this sort of genre.
Oh God. No.
I was able to sort of enjoy it really, as opposed to going, oh, they're just copying Nathan Drake, What is this place? What is going on? And also, there's going to be time to talk about all this, but the lore in this game, the actual what's happened to these people on this island is very interesting, and the sequence of events, I think, I find very interesting. Oh, hello.
That was loud.
Okay, set that on fire. Look at that, so there's a conquistador helmet there. Skull with a Spanish soldier's helmet on. It is good, yeah, otherwise she would have caught a nasty blood infection or some sort of gangrene by now. Survival instincts, yeah, okay. Okay. Now then, I'm going to have to do the thing I always need to do, and one day I will learn and just come into the game and do it before you even know what's going on. I will have done this, and that is invert the y-axis. Probably need to invert the aiming as well on that. Yeah, there we go. Right, so we're going to light this, and Oh, that was cool. So I knocked the bottles and it gave me a musical sting as a just to make me pause, give me pause for thought there. That was cool. Okay, so we light. And as we all know, red barrels, they go kaboom. And that one did not disappoint. Got a nice kaboom there. This is excellent as well. Again, in terms of storytelling, in terms of what you come to realise as the game proceeds. Yeah, the panic, the fear.
Oh, that was close. Oh shit, that was close.
Is he a good guy? Is he a bad guy? Is he just trying to survive?
Just keep moving.
And at this point, of course, you just want to get away from him. I remember when I first played this, it was on the Xbox 360, and I loved seeing how the fire was running over the ceiling, the rocks there, as we came through here. Gee, don't grab my leg if you're a good guy. Yep. Okay. Force of will, find a way out. Now again, the use of environment to enforce the rules of puzzles in this game I think is really cool as well. Like, I really enjoy the design. So the waterfall there means that you can't come in with a lit torch. Another waterfall there. Has a similar effect.
More fire. Thank God.
But what to do with the fire?
What kind of contraption is this?
Let's loose this. I love that this is just an island where all this junk has just amassed over the years. It's a place where things come and rarely leave. Very much enjoy that. Right, so... yeah. What are our options? Can we jump onto here? We can't. We can loose this side though. There we go. Alright, and our counterbalance is ready. There's another body there tied up. Right, we need to get some stuff coming into the... You see, I told you it's been a while since I've played it, so... That's a good thing. Yeah, that's right, yes. So we can set this stuff on fire. But by the time it gets down there, it's gonna lose that flame. It has to go through the waterfall. And obviously we need to set, well, not obviously, but our goal is to set this on fire in order to escape. So, just remember how to do this. One major complaint of this trilogy is that they tease Lara with her dual handguns, but never give us them to use. Yes, I agree. They do, don't they? Yeah. So that's now tipped up. There we go. So junk down into the crate up there. Let some more junk amass, shall we? Excellent. There we go. Now we need to set that on fire because there's no waterfall on the slide. Well, it is a nod to the old games. But the thing is, as well, is that the gun that she has, even in this game, is one of a pair, isn't it? It's her mentor's guns. Okay, shove. And we're good. There we go. Clearly this is the most sensible thing to do, is just to start blowing things up in a cave system. It just makes sense. Oh yes, of course, yes, and you get to see glimpses of, I believe we get to see a Spanish galleon in this section, don't we? Which I just want to stop and look at, but obviously, there it is, there he is. There it goes. Obviously this is not a time for stopping and looking. Is that a Greek ship, I think? And there's the guy again. Help you, he says. You see, he's trying to help. Oh, no! Oh, brutal death number 1. Dead. Oh. Okay, off we go. Yeah, let go. And why? Yeah, he got splattered. And jump. Oh, there goes the torch. This, I remember loving this, using the left and right triggers just to scramble desperately up here. And then you have to slide to the left, to the right to dodge incoming debris. Oh! It's visceral. It's not a quick time event in that sense. Where it feels more... I suppose it is. It is button pressing in a narrative structure, but it's got that sort of... Yeah, that scrambling. And now we can breathe. We can breathe. And this is wonderful. This opening vista. Again, a lot of ships have been coming here for a long time, getting wrecked. Tomb Raider. And look at that little hint of a rainbow. Very nice. And we gained XP. I'm eager to see if the Tomb Raider 2 movie will follow Rise of the Tomb Raider or be a complete original story. Has it been confirmed that it's happening then? Because I wasn't sure if that was if it was considered to be a success. The Vikander one.
The lifeboat. Where are they?
Where are they?
They must have gone inland.
There's a brilliant cartoon that came out, I think in the year that this was released, where it shows two panels. There's Lara, crying and weeping because she's just had to kill someone. Oh, I can't believe I've, this mirroring that where she starts out as a, as a grad student who may or may not survive this. And then the next panel is just Lara covered in blood on a throne of skulls. Just excellent. We started filming with right. Oh, that's really cool then. That's excellent. I think I just stopped keeping track because people were so uncertain as to whether or not it was going to happen. I never really quite want to leave this area. I want to go down onto the beach. I want to look at everything, but alas, this is a carefully structured experience, this game. So you see a Japanese, is that Japanese? Aeroplane hanging from a waterfall. What's the first thing you want to do? I guess we've got to jump on it. I think it would be nice if they are making that second film for it to veer a little bit more away from the games, because the fact that they felt the need to have something that was similar to aspects like this in the film, I think probably slightly limited it. Then again, it also gave it structure. You know, if there's one thing that the original Tomb Raider films and computer game movies of the early 2000s were guilty of, it is having a meandering writers putting in random stuff because they find it interesting sort of approach to plot, as opposed to actually, you know, examining why people like the games and what's good about them and what's bad about them. And Resident Evil, yeah, wall scramble.
Sam's pack.
Ah. So they made it to here.
Sam! They must have come this way. Sam? Roth? Can anyone hear me? I've got to find them.
I would really like it if her watch actually changed time as time went on through the game. Unfortunately, it's a static asset in that sense.
Okay.
Come on! Oh no! Ah! Oof. Well, I guess we're not going that way. Take shelter from the storm. One of those JPEG watches, exactly. Exactamundo. Oh, rats, I said exactly. Precisely. Not that you're getting inside my head.
Unmistakable.
Is anyone listening?
Unmistakable.
Please respond.
Come on, Lara, start a fire. You can do it. I believe in you. I believe. One match left. Now, interestingly, there is a way to light a final match, and that's not the way to do it. Let me just pause the game for a second. The way to light a match, if you've got one left, is, let's say, I don't know, let's say this torch here is the match. Let's just go back to the lobby for a second. And you've got your box. Let's use my phone here as the matchstick box, and you've got one match left. You don't just sort of hold it like that and because it could snap, and the moment it snaps, that's your match gone and you freeze to death. What you do is you support it with your third finger at the base, so you're holding it kind of like that, and then you draw it towards you like that, so that you're minimizing the risk of it actually snapping as it travels along the box. So you support it, and at the moment it's lit, you can obviously move your middle finger, and you've got it lit, but you don't light your final match like that. I have come to learn, because otherwise, educational moment. Otherwise, you run the risk of never being able to use the match. Yeah, so you support all the way. And to be honest, I've got to a point now where I just light matches like that. Every match is my last match in that sense. It's good practice. But anyway, she was fortunate. You know, it's so funny. When this game came out, these cameras, or cameras like this, were just about entering sort of the consumer space.
Here's the soon
And there's no way the battery would last this long.
Lara Croft, in her native habitat. She's on the hunt for the lost kingdom of Yamatai, home to the fabulous Himiko, mythical Sun Queen, and ancestor of yours truly.
Sam, this is serious.
Oh, sweetie, I know. I'm just trying to lighten the mood here. Everyone's so on edge. What are you so worried about?
I'm close to something. I'm sure of it. I just don't know if the others will listen. Or even if they should.
Lara, you know this stuff better than anyone. Seriously, I'm not just saying this to make you feel better. I trust you, Roth trusts you. You got this. Now let's take a break, okay?
Okay. And Sam, thanks.
She's not always this serious, you know?
Come on, tackle it! No, it's your chance!
How can you suggest I'm not serious about this expedition, Lara? It's not just Sam's family funding us. I put my savings on the
Okay,
line,
you
too.
take care, Smeg.
We've all got some kind of stake in this. The funding won't last forever, Whitman.
That's precisely why we should push east, not west.
No one believes Yamatai is that far east. The books simply don't support it.
Well, whoever wrote those books never found Yamatai.
I've talked to Roth about this. There's no point in following in other people's footsteps, Dr. Whitman.
I refuse to bet my reputation on your hunch. I'm the lead archaeologist here.
And when were you last in the field without a TV crew behind you?
Got 30 years experience, 2 PhDs, 1 in East Asian history. So why don't you just stick to boats, Mr. Grimm?
Ship, Dr. Whitman. It's a ship.
Ships.
Don't need a PhD to know
Look,
that.
going east will take us directly into the Dragon's Triangle. That's where we need to go.
Lara, my little bird. I'd follow you almost anywhere, but that place has a bad energy.
Bad storms, more like. Makes the Bermuda Triangle look like Disney World. Sign me up.
The stories about Queen Himiko say she could summon storms. Myths are usually based on some version of the truth. What if Yamatai was somewhere in the triangle itself?
Look, this is the satellite imagery from inside the Dragon's Triangle.
That doesn't look good.
If it's wet, I can sail on it.
Oh, don't tell me you're seriously
Reyes is right. We don't have the funds to piss about. It's now or never. Lara's offering fresh ideas and a plan. I'm the captain here. It's my decision. We're going into the Dragon's Triangle.
Why am I even here?
It's a strange team that they've put together. And the fact that they're working out the route as they go is interesting. There's no research.
I can't just sit here. I've got to find
Sort
something
of project
to eat.
plan going on. So, yes, a fellow Scotsman as the captain. Of course, he's hard as nails. Hard as nails. Search for food. I want to eat the leaves. No, of course, we're going to be hunting the deer. Because in games like this, food means
What's going
meat.
on here? Wait, I can use that bow.
I do like the way that they manage the slow but steady upgrading of weapons and capabilities in this game, and well, frankly, in the sequel as well. I think that's very well done, actually. And also as well, so I forgot to actually mention this idea when I first came up on this bunker. I mean the bow, yeah, okay, that's exciting, but a bunker? What the hell's going on here? You know,
Hands. I need to find a weapon.
you need to find a weapon. Thank you for the prompting. Off we go. Careful, careful, careful.
I can do this.
Ooh. Reach. And actually, the fact that you're quite active often in the physical movements, so like when we were swinging and had to swing into the fire to escape, when we're reaching for the bow, again, it draws you into Lara's experience.
This thing still works. Just remember Roth's training.
You can have the best form and technique in the world, but it won't mean a thing if you can't focus.
No.
The key to
Constantly
using any
falling.
weapon is focus.
So hungry. I need to find something to eat.
Oh yeah, yeah. There's something in the truck, isn't there? Did you pick it up? Ah, one of 6
It happened again.
wartime intelligence
Private
found.
Koske. He was on gate duty last night. No one heard anything. And this morning, they found his helmet. Nothing else. No tracks of his leaving. No blood. No
shell
casings.
casing. Nothing.
Nothing. The others are talking about Chinese partisans. Maybe even American GIs. Damn fools. They have no idea what's happening here. It is the Oni who stalk us. The restless, evil spirits. They live in the old places of this island. We are trespassers here. And they are watching us. Waiting. All these wrecks, the ruins, this entire island is a graveyard. It's only a matter of time. The Oni will come for us.
The voice acting in these documents is excellent. And something, I'm just going to just test something. Yeah, okay, so we have to actually be in it to hear it. It's great because it means you don't have to listen to me reading everything in my voice, but also you get a sense of character. You get a sense of these other people who've been on this island, what their experiences have been. Some arrows. Have to keep an eye out for deer. Or I suppose maybe a bird would do. Can we shoot at a bird? Got one. It's not enough. Lara has a mighty hunger. Now I'm trying to remember, how do we crouch? No. No. No, that's scrambling. Maybe we don't crouch. There we go. Missed! Oh. Got it. Yeah, so her first kill traumatizes her, and then she goes on a killing spree. And she's never the same.
Sorry.
Poor dear. Well, kill it. I'm not sure gutting it is the best thing to do. You should. It was still breathing. At least, you know, stab it in the heart or slit its throat or something. But no, no. Oh dear. Yeah. Oh dear.
Right, back to camp.
All right, Lara. You won't always have some fancy gadget to tell you where you are. If you can learn to read the land and the stars, you'll always be able to find your way home.
She's a secret psychopath. Yeah, all she needed was the killing hunt, the right killing fields to be exposed to. Never mind this being an archaeologist nonsense. I mean, who has time for all that studying and conferences and excavation? Ugh. When really what you need is an island, with a captive pool of victims, potential victims, to test yourself against. Was it Hemingway? The quote about the most exciting prey is humans. Those who have hunted men and liked it never really care for anything else thereafter. The most dangerous game, I think. Maybe I'm mixing some quotes there, but yeah, that's all she needed. Chrono just feels like you're playing Dead by Daylight. Oh. Got to crouch past them so you don't let the killer know where you are. Spend skill points in the skills menu to upgrade abilities. Okay. Well. Earn extra rewards when looting animal corpses, food caches. Advanced salvaging. Thoroughly search crates and caches to find extra salvage. Bone collector. Carefully loot animals' corpses. Looting animal corpses will reward you with extra salvage and arrow retrieval. That's locked though, I think, to me at the moment. Oh no! Excellent. I always like that one. Means you make the most out of your arrows.
This is Conrad Roth, captain of the Endurance. We are shipwrecked on an island inside the Dragon's Triangle.
Roth!
Lara!
You're alive!
Easy, easy. Are you okay?
No, I'm not based on Sean Bean.
Then it
You
went back and I
bastard.
woke up in a cave. There was this crazy man, Roth, and a dead body.
Oh, God. Where are you now, Lara? Are you safe?
It was so horrible. It's all my fault. This is all my fault.
Lara, listen to me. I sent an SOS from the Endurance before I abandoned her. Hopefully someone caught it. I've spoken to the others. We're regrouping at my location.
Please
Okay.
come and get me.
I have to stay here. You can do this, Lara. Remember when we climbed Snowden? You said the key was knowing that all you've got to do is just keep moving. Remember everything I've taught you, Lara.
To be fair, walking up Snowden is not the same as,
And keep your radio on.
as being lost on a nightmare island. Crying everybody, but will be the reason for so many more. Absolutely. Lara's wrath will be known. Yeah, so let's put your weapon away. Oh, we have a. How can we get up there? We have a beacon. Must be around here somewhere. Oh, we can hear the singing and the music, can't we? Exactly. I don't remember traps and people trying to murder you on Snowden. Precisely, yeah. They have the doors open now. I can hear music. But I want to get that
Hello?
thingamabob.
Hello? Is someone there?
If we can get up there. There we go. And
Some kind of container. Who left these behind?
But yes, this is so creepy. And I remember the first time I did this, I really didn't want to go now down into the bunker. Because if there's music, that means there's someone who has set that music playing. And I suppose that as much as often I'll comment on decay and artifactual detritus in games, but I think sometimes this game goes a bit too far. Like the amount of junk, and especially bottles and cans and tins, starts to feel like a dropped asset, a repeated asset in the game, as opposed to a realistically strewn.
This could be a way through.
Sort of,
Damn it.
the detritus of life, as it were. So yeah, that's one criticism. I mean, it gets even more egregious later on. You just think there's a lot of, you know, the sheer metric volume of stuff is quite astonishing on this
What are
level.
these markings?
Yeah. I love it. Got hints already of, is it Himike? The Sun Queen. An army helmet being used as a brazier.
What am I doing?
You're following the music, Lara. As you must.
Oh God, this is insane.
Yeah, they had a massive party in this tiny bunker room. Yeah, so we can't get through, so now we have to...
Something to pry this open.
Oh, yeah. Quite grim. Quite grim. But anyway, at least they left something useful behind for us. And that's our record player. Again, I mean, just the sheer amount of bottles and things just starts to sort of strike me as being a bit excessive as the game goes on. But it does mean there's a lot of atmosphere though. That's undeniable.
This traditional no mask represents a hateful woman in the guise of a demon.
Mm-hmm.
There are traces of white paint on the inside. Whoever used this mask was of noble birth.
There we go. The artifacts in the game, I think, are excellent, and her descriptions of them are really very welcome. And it's funny, because I was thinking, in terms of live streaming about Tomb Raider, if it wasn't this one, it would be, I would want to be live streaming the Tomb Raider anniversary, specifically the Wii edition, because the Wii edition has you using the Wiimote to do things like, you know, cleaning intricate surfaces, to do a rubbing of, you know, writing and pictographic information. You can use your whip and a grapple, I think. We use a whip and a grapple to get around. For me, that was probably the most, I don't know, archaeological. Less so the grapple, obviously, but the archaeologist toolkit, they called it on the back of the box, and I really enjoyed that version of Tomb Raider. But the anniversary edition doesn't have those features, I don't believe, in, for example, in the PC version, I seem to recall. So, yeah, they're perfectly intact on a cursed island, even though they're all warped as well. No, did you see how they were warped? Just there to watch.
They'll need to follow the path. It's a bit of a climb.
Oh, here we go.
Did you get that?
Got it.
We have a fire. Look for the smoke.
We're on our way.
Lara, you made it.
Sam, thank goodness.
Surprise. It's okay. He's one of us.
Sorry if I startled you. This place would make anyone a little jumpy. We just spoke to your crew. They're on their way.
Look, he bandaged my foot.
Oh, it was the least I could do. My manners. I'm sorry, I'm Matthias.
Matthias, you say?
By trade. Not really cut out for island life, I'm afraid.
Sweetie, you look exhausted. Sit down.
Yeah.
Sam here was just telling me about the sun.
Right, Himiko.
Can you tell me more? I'm intrigued.
Well, believe it or not, a couple thousand years ago, Queen Himiko pretty much ran things in Japan.
She loves telling this story.
Himiko was beautiful, enigmatic, but also ruthless and powerful. Legend says she had shamanistic powers.
And this is where she loses me.
Well, there's always some truth to myths.
She commanded an army of samurai warriors, her magnificent storm guard. They rode the very winds into battle, laying waste to all who opposed them. They say the sun rose at Himiko's command, and she ruled everything its rays touched, from the mountains to the sea and beyond.
But what happened to her?
Of course, and you would fall asleep. It's been a long day.
Sam? Matthias? Sam? Sam! Shit!
Oh. And again, this is quite a cool introduction of something that you have to keep an eye on in the game, in the cutscene. Plus, as well, this I never feel as though I'm going to make it through this walls coming at you. Oh, the birds are panicking. Come on, come on. Come at me. Okay. Where are you? Where are you? Two down. Okay, more birds panicking and miss. Oh no, got it. Phew. Phew. Come on, Lara, you can do this.
Let go.
It's good to see you, little bird.
I'm so glad you're here. Is Sam with you?
She was with you.
She was here with that man, Matthias. But I passed out. When I woke up, they were both gone.
You can't shoot me, go want to know.
We need to find them.
Oh, wait. What about Raw?
Whoa, hang on,
Okay.
man.
Let's split up. One of us go with Lara and meet up with Roth. The rest of us should fan out and look for Sam.
I'll go with her.
No. Let me.
You know how to use one of these?
The Art of Survival, the art book for this game,
been a while.
is pretty good.
It's all coming back to me.
Get to Roth. We'll find Sam and this Matthias guy.
All coming back to me now.
You're gonna be okay?
Yeah, they could have just stood on the plate instead of shooting
just
it.
need to rest for a
What
few
did the
minutes.
shooting do, actually? But you know, shouldn't question such things.
You sit here. I'll check up ahead.
Okay.
I'm not sure I trust him. Not sure I trust him at all.
Not so bad.
Okay, I need to ignite the object. You know, it's funny. I'm missing already some of the skills that she gets later on. The ability to ignite on the fly. Your torch is something that she gets. I think this is a steel fire starter.
I can't believe we're actually on an expedition to find the homeland of my ancestors. I mean, ever since I told Lara the story of Himiko years ago, she's been hunting for its location. I never really gave it much thought. That any of this could actually be real history. My grandmother used to tell me the story like it was a memory. Many thousands of years ago, Queen Himiko ruled the land of Yamatai. The sun rose at Himiko's command, and she ruled everything its rays touched, from the mountains to the sea and beyond.
And beyond.
But one day, Yamatai simply disappeared without a trace. Forgotten in time.
I wonder why. Is there anything back here? No, okay. Arrows, very handy. They were full.
I don't like the sound of that.
Just head up the hill. Look for the large gate.
Mm-hmm. Oh yes, scramble to dodge enemy attacks. We've got some wolves here. Oh no! Ah! Phew. That was almost another death. Run away! How the heck did he get past the wolves? That's what I want to know. What? The other guys took only one shot.
Could have warned me about the wolves, Doctor.
Yeah.
It is ancient. It's all clear, Lara. Come on up.
It's all clear. Come on up. Yeah, whatever.
These are fascinating.
I've seen these before. They must be ritualistic.
In
This
my
female image
dreams.
is particularly interesting.
Looks like it was made quite recently.
By those islanders, no doubt. Judging by the wrecks out there, they were once like us. Survivors. Remarkable.
Yes, well, let's hope we don't become murderers, too.
See if you can work the other one.
Yeah, the guy's getting a bit ahead of himself, isn't he?
The handle's missing.
Together.
Oh, shit. It won't take the force. I'll have to find something sturdier to turn it with.
Must be something around here we can use.
Speaking of Lara swearing, we were watching Kingsman the other day. Kingsman, the second one, The Golden Circle, and it was something that we both really appreciated, Mrs. Soup and I, was the fact that they really get the swearing right. Like the equivalent, I guess, an early equivalent for me would be when in the first Tomb Raider film you have Angelina Jolie's Lara saying the word bugger. Just hearing someone say bugger in a Hollywood movie was like, oh, wow, amazing.
Darling, think.
I'll come back to it in a sec.
Before filing those papers, I've sunk the last of my fortune into this expedition, but it's all going to come back tenfold. If you divorce me now, you won't see a penny of it.
Honestly.
You've been with me since I was nothing. You know what I'm capable of achieving. I haven't lost my touch. I'm just at a low point right now. Don't you see?
Mm-hmm.
I'm on to something here. Lara, you remember her, my young protege. She has real data to back up her theories, but she doesn't have my savvy. It's going to be my name on the discovery and my face in front of the cameras.
They are
if this
now,
all
yeah.
pans out, the show will be huge. If you want to leave me then, I promise I won't fight you, but please, just wait on it. I can't have this kind of publicity muddling my image. Please.
Ugh. Hideous. Hideous man. Yes, all three of them are now on Disney Plus. But they emphasize basically, yeah, they swear at the right time. They swear when they're being really serious, that you better fucking listen, this kind of thing. But also they swear when surprised. They swear in some cases sort of as punctuation. They get it right. And the fact that you have Mark Strong playing a Scotsman as well means that he introduces. Actually, he's one of the least sweary, but when he swears, again, he gets it right. And it's something that I don't think you don't often see in American written scripts. And maybe it was written by an American, but maybe he or she knew what they were doing.
Just need a bit more.
But we both very much enjoyed that yeah. You go, yeah, this person has heard people from Britain swear.
Japanese no actors could tilt their heads up and down to make the rigid mask express different emotions.
Yeah. Tilt the head up and down to express different emotions. Interesting. Oh, yeah, I suppose it looks sort of sorrow and then looks very angry there. That's quite cool. I like that. I think it was Billy Connolly who said that in one of his earlier stage shows where he was talking about how he'd only that it was growing up in Scotland that gave him the
Who are they worshipping?
the understanding that it was possible for someone to swear in almost every circumstance, but crucially, sometimes he said that it's possible to say the F word as an exclamation of immense love, having just met, your newly born grandson or something. You could say what otherwise might seem like a harsh swear word, but in the right way, and and the whole audience is laughing at that. But he's not wrong. Of course, Mrs. Soup being from Northern Ireland, there's a good amount of swear culture there as well.
Right, that should do it.
Look at all of these piled up. I think they're shrines. I don't think they're grave markers. I think they're shrines.
Whitman is such a drama queen. I can't believe the hissy fit he threw during the filler shoot. I mean, this is his job, right? It's not like he's offering anything to the actual research part of this expedition.
Mm-hmm.
Once we find Yamatai and the cameras are rolling, he'll calm down. He might be a total pain in the ass, but he knows how to work a scene. I just need to do my job and keep my cool. Lara doesn't know it, but I've been shooting footage of her too. I really want to make sure she gets the credit she deserves. And besides, she looks great on film. I think she's a natural. That's probably going to drive Whitman out of his mind with jealousy. But by the time he finds out, we'll be enjoying the premiere and Telluride.
Okay. Oh, there were steps. I climbed up needlessly, awkwardly. So I'm looking for something that I can use to pry open the gate. And of course, at every single opportunity, you need to pick up scrap in this game. It's really good for crafting. It becomes almost an obsession. Hearing that lovely jingling noise, it's very satisfying. Oh, no wolves! Ah! Gherkin. Come on, Lara, come on, jump. Okay. Ow, into the brambles. Okay, that's 2 down. My favourite Billy Connolly quote is, a lot of people say that it's a lack of vocabulary that makes you swear. Rubbish. I know thousands of words, but I still prefer. Yes. Yep. They say, because when I'm not streaming, I do swear probably more than I'd like to. But they do say that it's a sign of intelligence, actually, oddly enough. Clever people tend to swear. Maybe it's because, it is in fact an adequate word. It does in fact do. And also as well, you're not bound by, oh no, a naughty word, if you're a thinking person. Perhaps, I don't know. Maybe it was just a clever you know, it was a linguist who came up with the with that as an excuse for his foul mouth, or her foul mouth. I think you'll find actually really, really clever people swear all the time. Actually. What have we got?
This mask was used in the traditional Japanese no theater. I think it represents a demon, or oni.
Oh, examine for hidden
This mask was
information.
used in the traditional Japanese no theater. I think it represents a demon, or oni.
Ah, where is it? Aha.
There's a price tag. Looks like this one is a replica.
$49.99. Okay. Okay. Yes, the C word for everything. The C word, I think, is probably more Scottish. It is used here in the northeast of England. I don't think it's very much. Obviously, it's been a wee while since I actually spent any time in Wales, unfortunately, not least because of the pandemic. It's not necessarily a Welsh word. But then again, we also have lots of Welsh language swearing as well. But I get it. You know, I've seen. I think Northern Ireland is less the C word, but the use of the word or a word for everything, often a very relatively offensive word, I think is brilliant. It's brilliantly British, and in that sense, brilliantly Scottish as well. Specifically in that instance, yeah. Axe is too fragile. Can we upgrade the axe?
How do I start? Okay. This is Lara Croft, an archaeologist from the Endurance, shipwrecked on an island in the Dragon's Triangle, east of Japan.
Definitely better.
This place is incredible. I've seen wrecks here that could date back centuries. We weren't the first, and I know we're not alone. Something isn't right about this place. If I don't get off this island, maybe someone will eventually find this.
Steady shots. Actually, ammo capacity, let's go for that. Yeah. There we go. Okay, so now, hopefully we can open up this locker. There we go. Ooh. Arrows. Still haven't got that shimmy thing. Also, I'm pretty sure part of the screen is being lost. We keep on seeing words that are cut off on the. That said, though, it's 1920 1080. Full screen on. Yeah. Exclusive full screen. Display 1. Monitor aspect ratio. Well, it should be 16:9, but I guess we'll stick at that. Normal. Let's go for high. Let's see what happens. Close. No. Apply. Maybe the computer will crash if I run it on high. Let's see what happens. So that's applied. Close. Nope, so far so good. But yes, the fact that sometimes you can call someone a C word, and well, actually, who was it? There was someone who said it's not when someone calls you that you need to worry. It's when someone calls you mate. Excuse me, mate. You've got to go. Oh no. Right, that's it. Yeah, so we had to upgrade our axe to make it a stronger tool. Death count still at 1. Still at 1. Still only 1. We've been down there. Okay, let's head back. Let us head back. Oh no! Them in wolves. You know, they're everywhere. That's 1 down. 2 down. Big game hunter completed. There we go.
All right, Lara. Shall we give it a go then?
Let's do this, Doctor.
Whenever you're ready.
It's funny actually, the first thing people ask me is, what are Welsh swear words? And what's really funny is that I didn't really learn many, because like the best ones, me and my mates didn't tend to use for some reason. I don't, you know, and also in that sense I was...
Female figure on the gate. Given the age of the symbols, it could be the Sun Queen.
a nerdy teenager, and then I was a grown-up in uni, in an English uni as well.
There's no doubt. Himiko had power.
So I never really learned them. I've picked a few up since.
A woman wields that much power, and
But
sooner or later it gets called
it's one of my
witchcraft.
quests in terms of regaining my vocabulary
Even what may seem to us irrational,
on Duolingo,
we
etc.
still
is
have much to learn about
do the swear words.
You sound like my father.
It could be one hell of a story, Lara.
Not if we don't live to tell it.
What do you do when you get upset with a Welsh person?
It is Himiko.
I don't know. I just.
The bowl, the candles. Why is she
It
still
just
being
never
worshipped?
came to swearing. I don't know
Must
why.
have once been part of Yamatai. You were right, Lara.
Well, no, I know why. Because I was a polite young man.
We're not standing on a myth.
We're standing on a gold mine.
Come, quickly. Your friends are hurt.
Yes, probably by them.
Get back.
They can't be trusted. You still have a gun.
I think the two that I did use in high school
I don't want
was
any trouble.
penkakin, which means
But I insist that afterwards you take this to
shithead,
whoever's
basically.
in charge.
What are you doing?
And then
I'm handling this.
No!
the other one was just, it's a simple one. It's just tup, T-W-P, tup. And it actually means sheep,
Just
but
go along with them, Lara.
what it means when you say it to a person is stupid, basically. Tup, tup. And if you, I don't know, if you're being rude, you might call someone Tell. And Tell just means fat.
Lara!
If they give you any trouble, kill them.
So Pentel would be fathead, you know. Yeah, you stupid person. Tup. Oh no, I remember this sequence causing lots of controversy when the game was released. Because it's a wee bit rapey, isn't it?
Don't you fucking move.
Don't you
Kill them all.
And what does she do? She moves. Of course she moves.
Hey, bring up
Don't make a sound.
Yeah, I'm on it.
Yeah, take cover.
Anything?
I can't find her. She's gone.
We'll keep looking.
There, another one.
It's quite brutal, isn't it? This feeling of having been split up from your group and then now seeing and hearing people freaking out in the forest, being hunted by these guys.
This group's got some fight. Gonna have to kill us. Too bad. Gotta use some of my recruits.
Keep an eye out.
All right.
That means I love you. No, I know enough Iberian, as it were. Merda, puta. That does not mean I love you. I'm not gonna fall for that.
This one's clear. Keep moving up the mountain.
Lubisz grać w прятки, малышка? Думаешь, удастся спастись? No one escapes.
No one escapes.
Out.
Oh no.
Вылезай!
Oh no.
Моего времени.
I always find
Uh-oh.
Она тоже была порядочной стервой.
Oh. Well, you can't say you didn't deserve it. Oh, I was shooting him in the balls. Come on, come on, come on, come on. There we go. Talk about making you feel it. Yeah, so here she is at the beginning of her journey. That's quite a brutal way, though, to kill someone. Yeah. He earned it. He did earn it. I remember that the Studio Ghibli animation, Castle in the Sky, got in trouble on its international release because it was called the place. The Castle in the Sky is known as the Kingdom of Laputa. Laputa. But obviously it read as Laputa. The whore. Which apparently Miyazaki-san was embarrassed by. He apologized profusely when that came to light. In Scotland, we tend to use phrase insults. You do indeed. Are there any that you can type that won't get you somehow, that won't get the stream immediately banned? But yeah, Laputa does sound really. I can imagine that must have been quite hilarious. I won't stop until I find the kingdom of Laputa. You look like a Doug licking pish off a nettle. There's also an XCOM clone game that had Laputa as the home base. It's very jarring to listen to that all the time. I can imagine, yeah. You look like a dog licking pish off a nettle.
Stay away from me!
Let's go back to the hall. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Quick, retreat! Back to the hall. RTB.
Find anything?
Yeah, well, there's a similar joke about Ballymena in Northern Ireland, where the accent has a very specific sound. And the joke, I only ever heard this because my wife is from Ballymena, Ballymoney area, and there was a guy who I was working with from Northern Ireland who said, "Well, just tell her this. What is the Ballymena definition of passion?" And he was sort of saying, you should put this on a Valentine's Day card. Passionate, passion. And he just said, "Heavy rain in Ballymena." It's passion down. She found that very funny. Problem is, though, I know, it's funny. I've got much better at doing a Northern Irish, well, a regional, probably very nerdy Belfast accent. But I have to actually have been in Northern Ireland for a little while before I dare attempt it. I have to be a bit surrounded by people.
What he's got? Wallet. Dead phone. Always the same shit.
But at the very least, I can identify where people are from. You know, there's no such thing as just a Northern Irish accent, or, for example, a Scottish accent. You know. The number of people who are like, oh my goodness. But then again, in America, often they use the term British, you know, a British accent. What the heck is a British accent? What they mean is English. Normally. Or actually what they often mean is London, really, don't they? A Cockney is a British accent, for example. Or, like the Queen, you know. Hello, Philip. One is very happy to see you.
Lara, are you there?
Yes.
I can see smoke coming from the old ruins. Are you okay?
It's interesting though as well, isn't it? How
What?
yeah, it's the Queen's accent. Yeah,
I don't know
the
why.
perceived pronunciation.
I had to kill some of them. I had no choice.
That can't have been easy.
Why are we climbing out of the frame? Oh, there we go.
You've got to warn the others, Roth.
Don't worry about them right now. You just do whatever it takes to get to me, Lara.
Do what you gotta do.
I'll try.
It's interesting to me as well how people in this country tend to think, or in these countries, in the United Kingdom, tend to think that we're the only place in the world that has regional variation in terms of accents. That I find very interesting.
Some kind
but then again, also we tend to presume things like, you know, British people are the only ones who queue. That's not true. Or the only ones who are polite. Tell that to someone, yeah, tell it to the Japanese. It's funny, I've been watching a YouTube channel called The Proper People, where they go around investigating abandoned places, and they went to a Japanese hotel, an abandoned sort of resort area, and he said only in Japan could you come to a place like this and not have the interior vandalized beyond recognition. You know, it's actually quite nice inside.
Days have passed since the plane crash.
Matthias.
For a second time, we attempted to escape by boat with disastrous results. I knew it would happen, just like the first time. The calm sea turned hostile with no explanation. The moment we made for open water, the winds picked up, followed by an impossible wave. Like a child's toy, our lifeboat was smashed violently into the rocky shore. Now, 2 more lie dead, and another is wounded beyond help. The others are starting to panic, and they're looking to me for a plan. I do have one, but it doesn't
include them.
They're weak and stupid, a liability in this place. I suggested they make another attempt to leave, but I won't join them. To do so would be suicide. This is clear to me now.
Okie dokie. Oh, I just need to quickly check something on my phone. Sorry. Yeah. Speaking of Duolingo, I haven't done my lesson for the day, but I'm going to prioritize the stream and lose one of my my diamond lives because the clock ticks over at midnight. I've done more than 300 days straight though. It's been really good for getting that vocab back again. A lot of variation in Portugal as well, and we're tiny. I can't understand Portuguese from the Azores Islands. It's that different. People usually need to spend some time with It's interesting.
Looks like a smaller group escaped into the lower forest.
But then again, within Portugal, is there the presumption that the Portuguese have unique accent variation in that sense? I think maybe it's just because the variation of British accent is quite famous that we tend to think that Oh, nowhere else has this range of accents.
Vladimir's in charge. What'd you expect? He loves killing.
Damn it! Need some help!
Ah, I missed his head. Oh no, he called for help.
Hey! Hey, we got a survivor here!
Why are you doing this?
Why are you doing this? Oh no. You don't have that expectation. No. No. And why would you? Again, maybe it's one of those post-Empire things. Missed. Exceptionalism, I do believe they call it. There we go. Loot. Loot the bodies, Lara. I can feel your anger. Makes you stronger. Gives you focus. There's basically an accent from the north, one from the south, and the normal one. Now, is the normal one, is that sort of is that the one that's like in the capital and is used on the news and this kind of thing? The quote-unquote normal one.
She's in here somewhere. Find her.
Capture or kill?
Kill her!
Kill her! Kill her!
What was that? Quiet! Quiet!
Yep, it's the correct one. The others are wrong. Yep. Yep. That is familiar. I'm sure Omni-Revan will confirm that. Yeah. I mean, the day that Hugh Edwards became one of the main anchors on BBC News was just astonishing. Having this guy from the valleys in Wales announcing important news, you know, a quote unquote regional accent, was just it was so important for people. I know people's sense of not being, as you say, Smig, wrong, you know, or thought of as being not the right or not the normal accent. What the hell? Oh, ow, 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 ow. Oh, I'm gonna die if I'm not careful. Yeah. The outsider's dead. That's 2 deaths. Rats. Rat scallion. Oh no, did we crash? We did, we crashed. Ah. Well, that's a shame. Okay, well, let's let it come back again. There we go. Isn't that a shame? Oh, we should have a crash count. Number of crashes. That said, though, it's only 1 so far, so maybe I'm being cynical ahead of time. Okay, so it saved 3 minutes ago. The autosave. Let us see. Okay, that wasn't too bad.
You two, check that side.
Got it.
Stealth kill. Oh no, I balls that up, didn't I? Oh no! Well, don't crash again. Come on. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! No! Oh no! That's annoying. Do you know, actually, the Shetland accent is an interesting one. I mean, presumably it's impacted by a broader North Sea Norwegian connection, but also there's a similar sort of tone that you get with people who live in the fingers, as my wife calls it, the fingers of the south of the Republic of Ireland, so right on the edge of the island, jutting out into the Atlantic. They have an accent which is different to, it's not fiddly-dee Dublin, that's for certain, and it's not sort of Cork, that sort of soft lilting sort of Cork kind of accent. It almost sounds, in that sense, sort of Scandinavian. Yeah, I love accents are amazing. They're brilliant, and also they're subtle because obviously they change and they vary. There's a variety, from place to place, due to people living. You can't live with everyone at once. So of course, the way people talk in different places is going to vary. But also they act as, and definitely Scottish dialect as well, acts like a little test, isn't it? It's a test as to whether or not people get you, or whether or not it's to the extent to which they are part of your culture, or part of your club. And some of that stuff applies to place names as well, region-specific pronunciations of words that in other parts of the country would be pronounced one way, but around here we say this like this. Yeah, it's good. Okay, so he was just a bit too close to him. That's why he got alerted. Missed. Got him.
There she is. Down below. Upper levels. You'll burn the whole place down.
Yeah, what the hell are you doing? You will burn the whole place down. I need a melee attack. That's what I need. Right, come on, Lara. There we go. Off we go. Whew.
I can do this.
Oh yes, I remember this. And it's a variation on the squeeze, on squeezing through a crack. Instead, she's going up. So you get that loading opportunity for the game. But it's also quite entertaining. It's good. Is the Y button not the melee attack? Probably. I seem to recall there definitely is one. It's part of the flow, isn't it? That's why I keep on running up to people, but I just don't know what to do when I get there. Just like, how can I? No, not yet. Oh, I can sort of shove people. I haven't unlocked the actual attack yet. Sort of shoulder barge. See, he's got fuel wielding pistols.
Roth, I'm coming! Thank God you're alive.
Sexist is what it is.
God's got nothing to do with it. It's good to see you two go.
On the subject of N-word, of swear words, our word for dark is pretty much the same. Pretty much the English N-word.
Have you heard from any
It's
of the
used to
others?
describe black people more politely. Our word for the black colour is more rude. Okay.
Wait, what are you doing?
So the first time I heard the N-word, I
The
thought
transmitter
it was
from the
a polite
lifeboat's in
version
it.
of that as
If we don't get that back,
well. Boy, was I
we're not
wrong,
getting off
yes.
this bloody island.
Yeah.
You need bandages, morphine, antiseptic.
Also in the pack.
Yeah, perilous. That is perilous, isn't it?
Come here. Come on.
But again, also you can fall into all sorts of traps. So the
No.
I remember hearing a story once where a lady had bought. What did she get? She no. I'm sorry. I'm mixing up stories and incidents. But so the actual story was a lady was talking to a young man, like a little boy actually, and obviously in the English language often will go, or what one can say, oh, you cheeky monkey, oh.
Thank God he's still alive.
But this boy had been subject to racial slurs and abuse. So when he heard someone calling him a monkey, he did not react very well to that at all. He was like, I'm not a monkey. I'm not a monkey. He really kind of just sort of it sort of lit a fuse immediately. And so I think you can stumble into this just with idioms as well. It's not just the words that we use, but also it's the weird little things that we mean when we say these words as well. So by no means was she calling him a monkey, you know, at all. And so yeah, so what confused me for a second then, though, was that I remember thinking of that story when once I was in a supermarket and I saw a T-shirt, you know, for a toddler that had on it, you know, cheeky monkey. And I just thought, yeah, you know, there's no mean intent there. There's no insult intended. But in the wrong moment, in the wrong hands, to the wrong person.
These ruins, Kamakura period. Was all this part of the
She's commenting on the ruins around her.
This must have belonged to a US Marine. Were they on the island in force or just an advance party? Do these marks represent friends lost or enemies killed? Either way, he needed a drink.
Yeah. What if she carries all this stuff with her throughout the entire adventure? Crikey. Now then, I think I'm heading in the wrong direction, but I do want to get that guy. But yes, there's little worse than that sort of abuse. And the thing is, I think one of the reasons why it's so bad, not just because it's bad and we shouldn't do it, if you know what I mean, but one of the reasons why it's so insidious. And I remember, you know, the first time I heard this, I remember going, yeah, absolutely. And it sounds bloody obvious when you say it, but it's because you're marking someone out, or marking whole groups of people out, based on attributes that they can't change, things that they're born with. So if someone has a certain skin tone, if someone talks a certain way, if someone likes, you know, culturally speaking, likes a certain food or a particular religion. Now, of course, you're not born with food preference and religious preference, but I suppose it ends up coming into it. Often, that's the most vicious and horrible way of insulting people, because either they can't change it, or it's really dear to them, and they wouldn't want to change it in normal circumstances. But the moment you single people out for these things, is the moment you start to cross a horrible line. Should be about what people do, not what people are. Exactly, absolutely. But also, some of this stuff is utterly invisible. So you may have seen, or you may not have seen, this morning, yet again, YouTube recommended to me a certain hideous YouTube channel where the guy just constantly posts, like every 3 hours or so, videos more or less about his white replacement fear. You know, it's like, oh my goodness, you know, women of colour won a beauty contest in Britain, that kind of thing. And he frames it though as though he's putting it in a historical context. You know? And and it's again, obviously it's ugly because it's rude, if you want to put it that way, or it's impolite, incorrect. But it's also historically incorrect to claim that people that British people just like a certain. I didn't do the button prompts because I was looking at the chat. Oh well, dead. But also as well, this stuff can often be invisible, and it made me think about it. Oh, there we go. I'll get out of the cave before I continue. There we go. Blame chat, yeah, absolutely. There we go. There we go. Can we harvest the wolf now? We can. Excellent. That's good, because for some reason I've marked this guy as I'm not interested in this content repeatedly, and YouTube keeps on showing it to me. I think the algorithm thinks it's historical, or at the very least it gets lots of reactions. The guy gets an alarming amount of views, so he'll get 16,000 views in the first few hours of a video being out. But what makes it really, and I was thinking about this in particular today, what makes it really just wrong, and just actually genuinely wrong, is that you can't tell just by looking at someone what they are. You just can't. And not least there's the simple fact that we're all human beings. We are all by definition related to each other. But it reminded me that, so, in my case, and this is something that I only really fully understood a few years ago. My nan, in Wales we call it, nan, N-A-I-N. My nan was, she grew up on a canal boat, on a barge, and she was what's called kale. I do seem to recall and understand. She was kale. Now kale, K-A-L-E, is Welsh gypsy. So she was Welsh Roma. She was one of those that group of people who recently came to prominence in this country because of a comedian making a joke about the Holocaust not being quite so bad because at least it got rid of undesirable people. Now the thing is, the joke, I'm not going to go into that because the whole thing, the context was important and so on and so forth. But the point is, I'm 2 generations away from that. She settled down and married her dad. Married my dad's dad. Oh my god. Never mind the gypsy stuff, the incest. No, married my dad's dad, who was a local at that point. She settled down in Northwich, in Cheshire, just across the Welsh border. That was progressive. And then my dad grew up in Northwich, very proud of his Welsh ancestry, but interestingly, always wanted to move to Wales, and that's sort of how we ended up growing up in Wales, my brother and I.
It's not bad.
But interestingly, and I didn't understand this as a kid, when he married my mum, his mum's
late shift at the 9
background was really hushed up.
Got nothing on a broken
Her family couldn't deal with this notion of marrying.
You got it. Nice work.
Yeah, marrying into or having someone like that marry into their family.
Up to the radio tower.
I've never really understood it. I've never understood
broadcasting a strong signal in every direction.
The prejudice. Maybe it's because people in the Roma community aren't hefted to one place. Maybe they're seen as inconstant, and they're seen as untrustworthy there. And by no means am I saying I represent.
Yeah, I was
of course I don't.
Afraid you were going to say that.
I'm,
You can do it, Lara.
I'm barely still working class in that sense. I've been to university and I've absolutely always lived in a house and lived in a settled way. I'm surrounded by things. You just don't know it yet. In a very grounded way. But the point is, you don't know. You just don't know, just by looking at something. So someone who's sort of talking about what it is to be, particularly a certain nationality, is full of it.
Just be careful, Lara.
It's tragic that so many people buy into it. It really is. And that's before we get into my surname. I mean, my surname has connotations going back 1,000 years or more. I don't know what that means. You know, given that 2 generations ago we've got my nan and Bard's living. You know, it's wonderful. It's absolutely wonderful, the mystery of our ancestry and the ways in which we're connected to each other. But obviously, a lot of people don't think that way, unfortunately. Exactly, race doesn't map onto biology the same way people think, but also, and this is where again you'll get this pithy thing of apparently race doesn't exist. It's complicated. Because yeah, it's to a certain extent the boundaries between races are not at all clear. You know, you can point at someone and go, that person's probably from the African continent. You know, if they're from Nigeria or something, you can probably identify that. So there is variation that we can point to and understand. But phenotypes and genotypes, you know, there's a reason why it's possible to have an unexpected result when your baby is born, because recessive genes and all that kind of thing. But also, more to the point, and this is one of the things that I remember my very early on, you know, with playing as an archaeology student here in evolutionary anthropology training. Someone pointed out that there's more physical variation in what's called non-metric variations. So things like, you know, nose length, the blubber on the tip of the nose, the earlobes, the width of the jaw, all this sort of stuff. There's more variation in these sort of almost unmeasurable things that we, as humans, can identify. We see these things and we recognise them. There's more variation within the quote-unquote Caucasian group than there is, as it were, between Caucasians and non-Caucasians. The point being, the closer you look at it, the more it disappears. It starts to it blends away. Because, shock horror, we're all related to each other. You know? And I don't understand why that's so upsetting to some people. Shall we do this tomb? Let's go in. I love how in this game, and this is what I'm hoping for in Breath of the Wild 2 actually, is if they, because obviously they abandoned to a certain extent dungeons, formal dungeons in Breath of the Wild. I'm hoping to have this sort of thing where if you keep an eye out, you can see these markers that you don't really know what they are until you know what they are, and it's pointing you to a secret area, to a tomb that you can solve. I really like that, especially if you have the right things to access the tomb, which I do now have. Then you can get in. Absolutely, people are definitely looking for post hoc justifications for their biases, because the most interesting question I've ever asked someone who points out all of this, well, it's very important, genes, and you know, they'll start talking about haplogroups and, you know, milk drinking and all this kind of thing. My first and most important question is, okay, fine, whatever. At what point is it okay then? At what point are you actually, and I'm sure I must have mentioned this on the stream before, are you actually related to the rest of the human condition? You know, the human race, as it were.
Thank God for us training.
And obviously they don't have an answer.
All those treks, all those climbs. It's as if he'd been preparing me for something like this all along. It's clear that there are people living here, and they're organized.
I do like
they're killing
these.
And recruiting.
This ongoing diary she has.
It's like some kind of cult. And a cult of what? What do they want? What are they looking for?
That said, though, I'm also not and I know this will be clear to regular viewers, either now on stream or in the future when this is uploaded somewhere. I'm also not saying
Gilded figures, servants of the Sun Queen.
You know, the old problem of people saying, "Oh, I'm colorblind."
Murder.
No, not at all. No, variation exists, but variation, crucially, matters. It's not something to be avoided. Variation is strength. Then that reminds me of, is it V for Vendetta? Strength through unity, unity through faith. You know, all too often, strength through unity is the focus. Or homogeneity. Is that the right word? Homogeneity, yeah? Strength through being the same. No, they're missing the point. I am actually colorblind. You know what I mean. So just out of interest then, is that a red-brown thing? Can you not distinguish between those sorts of colours, or are there other colours? How does it interact with your eyes? Ooh, speaking of which, we got the refraction thingy, the glasses that will help us see what's going on with the UV light, and that Lego set. I'm quite excited about that. Ruth remembered. Ruth also, sadly, has injured herself, so she's off work for the next couple of days. Okay, so if we shove you... then hopefully we should be able to... Can we climb? Yep. Torch away. Called red-green, but mostly have issues with green and yellow. Interesting. And it's all, again, you know, I've never, I'm not colorblind, but therefore I'm curious. Is it often red-green, or are there different types of colorblindness? Can people have problems with different parts of the spectrum?
This may have been built in honor of her priestesses. Incredible.
I do love the thought that went into this game. You know, it's over the top. It's hyper realistic. It's crammed with stuff. That's the texture of the game. But I love it. I love the atmosphere. Tomb of the Unworthy completed. See, look down there. Mount something is off screen. I don't know why. Maybe it's the screen mapping. Is there a let's say graphic options. Advanced. Nope. You know the thing where you can sort of make the it'll show a rectangle on screen, you can sort of find the corners, define the corners. Refresh rate, full screen on, exclusive, full screen on. Display 1, yeah, monitor aspect ratio, quality high, motion blur on, screen effects on, brightness. Yeah, we're definitely losing some text. Strange. There are others, but I think red-green is the most common one by far. It's so common, some speculate it's by design somehow. Well, it may well have had some advantage in the past, or may well still have some advantage for some people. Most people don't know they're colourblind. Around 8% of males, though. You keep motion blur on, for shame. Oh. So I said, I'm really sorry. Let me go back there and change. Oh, well, I'll get rid of the motion blur. There we go. Off. There we go. Found out in your mid-20s, but you had some suspicions. Interesting. So like in high school, well, I don't know, obviously I don't know now necessarily what happened in high school, but something I remember early in high school, we had colorblind tests. People said, look at these circles with dots on. Can you see the number? Yes, I can see the number. Like, excellent, you're not colorblind. Off you go. So did you manage to get past the screening possibly in school, or? That would have been helpful. Okay, so you didn't have it? You didn't have that done? Interesting. I remember happening around about the same time that we were given our jabs for TB. TB and was it measles? Or there was another one going around when I was a teenager. It was measles and something else. No, it was TB and something else. Anyway, we're heading up to the radio mast, aren't we? Off we go, flaming higher. I was convinced there was something wrong. And what was it? Was it how people would point out variation in colour that you just weren't seeing, or would they say that? Because presumably green, it's this old thing, isn't it? Of how do you describe a colour? And if everything green looks the same, then to you that's just green. I guess that's the reason why lots of people don't know that they're colourblind.
Should we head back up to the bunker?
I wonder where do the problems occur? Is it traffic lights and things like that, maybe?
Stay alert. Let's move inside.
Okay. So we have.
It's a good idea. We got some time. Might as well relax. Probably put us on reg duty later.
I'm going to take out someone who's not talking to someone.
Radio tower.
That guy go.
It still works, right? Probably. You got people up there guarding.
No, not with the gun. There we go, got him, headshot. Brilliant. Marketing lady telling me it was obviously yellow when I told her those were too close. The nail in the coffin. The marketing lady. So telling you what was obviously yellow. Sorry.
I don't know. We should talk. Let's just get some rest. Yeah, you're probably right.
Okay, is there any way to... I don't think there is any way to really take out these two. Oh no, there you go. They're no longer talking to each other. They are oblivious to each other's demise. Ha ha ha. Okay, here we go. Actually... But then again, obviously I can't guarantee that they still do those sorts of tests in high schools today. Interesting. But when you say marketing, I'm not quite sure. Was this were you pointing at fruit or something, or just sort of just curious who the marketing lady was showing? But yeah, that can't be easy. Having it's one of the basis of a colleague in your workplace. Oh, okay. It's one of the things that people throw in, isn't it? Well, actually, it's the basic one of the bases of the notion of gaslighting, isn't it? This notion that you can't trust what you're seeing.
Lara, are you there?
And especially if your experience is different to other people's.
Ryan,
working on a company's website.
Sam?
There you go. Yeah, exactly.
I'm going to try and send an SOS from an old radio tower up here. Any tips?
Hey, Lara. You're gonna need to find the communications console. It'll look like a bunch
So
of
presumably
old
this means you have
switchboards.
to be careful.
Okay.
And sort of double
I'll
check.
let you know when I find it.
Run things by people. But I imagine for some people that would affect their sense of independence, wouldn't it?
You don't need to do this!
There, I'll set the guy on fire. Oh no, missed him. We missed him!
Yeah, we got her! Oh, firing from flank! Die! Holy shit!
I can't wait to get a decent melee attack. You're going down! He didn't get to say. Ah! Shove. Yeah, that's helpful. Ah! Has he got... He has got petrol in his back. Oh, there we go. The difference is smaller than it may sound, but I do worry sometimes about your sense of fashion. Yeah, absolutely. So I smile because you're right. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, left to your own devices. Do these clash? I don't know. I have no idea. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh. Now that's exciting. Is that from, of course, the... Do we have a release date for Breath of the Wild 2 yet? Then, because tonight was, I think, around about 10 o'clock. So about 2 hours ago was the Nintendo Direct, wasn't it? But, Star Wars Force Unleashed with the Wii controls again, as I say. The best version of Tomb Raider Anniversary had those Wiimote inclusions. Any word on Metroid Prime or Metroid Prime 4? So I would love to replay. I mean, I'm currently replaying the Metroid Prime trilogy on the Wii, but to play it in HD, before the release of Metroid Prime 4, there's a rumour that they're doing Metroid Prime. And that's one of my allotted game purchases for the year if it comes out, is Metroid Prime. Okay, another campsite. I like that she's cold, that she's actually feeling this. You know, she's a human being. She's not just sort of skipping her way through the storm. You know, it's actually... But then again, she's not wearing much on her arms, is she?
I'm telling you, Reyes, it's mechanical, not an electrical problem.
Now, Alex.
Your business is not...
This looks like it might be an electrical problem.
You think?
Oh, hello. Hey, who's this little fox, huh?
She's cute, huh? Yeah, it's Alicia.
Alicia.
It's my daughter.
Oh.
14 years old.
Oh, no.
And smarter than you'll ever be.
She must get that from her father.
Oops.
Don't give him the attention. And, yeah.
I'll take a look at this. Probably electrical. From her father. Nice one.
So I was on the lock, right? Doing a spot of midnight fishing.
Hey, Grim. Time to button down the hatches.
I'd be right with you. So I was on the lock, right? And this thing comes looming at me. Looming out of the water it was. So I give it a old Glasgow kiss, you know. Gets you out of trouble 9 times out of 10, that does.
Just headbutt someone.
Took me a week to sleep that night off. And I've not touched a drop since. See you at dinner, fam.
All right, can we take B-roll, please? Thank you. Dr. James Whitman, filler 15, take 3, and action.
Okay, now take a firm grip and then slice him down the belly, like this. Yeah, you got...
Good Lord, cut!
Obi-Wan show releasing in May. Okay, that's cool.
Is he coming back?
I'll go get him.
I forgot what his name, the character's name is, but I do love that guy. The Polynesian fella. I think he's a brilliant character. He turns up in the second game as well.
This damned reality TV business. I'm meant to be bringing culture to the people, Sam, not dinner. No offense, Jonah.
Jonah, that's it.
The audience demands content, Dr. Whitman. You know that. So until we find the Lost Kingdom, we need footage like this. Come on, let's just take it from the top, okay? We're gonna make you look like Gordon Ramsay in editing. Dr. James Whitman, filler 15, take 4, action.
Okay, now take a firm grip. And then slice him down the belly. Like that.
I've studied them so much, I can see charts on the back of my eyelids. But if I'm not right about Yamatai being in the Dragon's Triangle...
I remember when you found that in one of your father's digs. You ran up and showed it to me dressed in your penguin pajamas.
I was 5 years old. It was my first find.
Yeah. You've got great instincts, girl. You just have to trust them.
That's what my father used to say.
Now, there was a man that ran on instinct. For better or worse. He would have been so proud of you, Lara.
We're getting closer to the storm.
Now, whatever's coming, we'll get through it, eh?
Metroid Dread update. Okay, cool. No Man's Sky. Now, strangely, the Twitch is showing...
Okay, Lara. Pull yourself together.
It's good that they're wearing mics, absolutely. Twitch is showing 0 viewers, and that this session is on a count of 0 instead of 2 hours plus. Is everything okay, I wonder? I'm just going to just quickly just check. Yeah, the preview is saying offline. No. Exactly, you're a viewer. I don't know, I hope that... basically, I'm just wondering about the VOD for this, if it's just going to cut out after 2 hours and whether or not this gameplay will go anywhere. I mean, I'll keep on playing. It's fine. If you can see me, that's all good. Fast travel unlocked. Yes, going around mopping up all of the collectibles in this game is great, really great fun. New version of Wii Sports, so that'll be fun. The golf and the tennis were superb. Let's go for brawler upgrades. Pain tolerance from there. Use rocks, axe strikes. No, we can't do that. Ah. Okay, go for dirty tricks. And survivor. Survivalist. There we go. Just a little bit strange that, as I say, the preview for the stream is that I'm offline. Weird. But then again, it doesn't say any dropped frames on OBS, so... What's going on, Twitch? Riddle me this.
Hey! Get that damn gun off me!
Okay. Everything looks good on your side. Well, hopefully the VOD will be intact. And if not, then... Well, they know I'm here now. I'm gonna get killed, I know it. Oh, come on, Lara! Maybe I need to switch them up. My gun after all. That was far too lucky on my part. This alarm. Now there's a question actually. If I end up buying Wii Sports for the Switch, does it count as a new game if I've already played it? No. I can't start doing that. I can't start making all those sorts of exceptions. That way, madness lies. I think I could sort of crawl underneath the truck. That'd be good. No small print in the contract. No, but you know, it's a contract that I'm making with myself. I'm wanting to do something. Oh, nice! I didn't realize I had a silencer. I mean, I saw the silencer just before I died, but that's really cool. I forgot about that. Somehow, that didn't set off the alarm. I don't know how, but I'll take it. Stop missing! I'm crying out loud. Must have been the wind. Yeah, it tips them off. Maybe they could smell me coming. Like I smell someone who's recently used soap. Clearly. Look at all these shells. Again, the storytelling through environments is excellent in this game. Headshot. Metroid Dread updates. That should be fun. If it's an update and not paid DLC, all the better. Come on, Lara, reload. I'm gonna die again if I'm not careful. Ah!
We got her.
It's annoying. So annoying.
Just stop missing.
Yep. Yep, I hear you.
Okay, sorry. I hadn't thought of that.
There we go, headshot.
I'm not going out there. Killing us all. Burn.
Wow, he still managed to throw that. Impressive. So, I mean, obviously, this isn't by no means is this my first Twitch stream, but does Twitch often glitch out like this? And potentially, you know, as I said, I'll have to check the VOD to see where it stops. But that's not great, is it? You know, if potentially we're going to lose the last 10-20% of this live stream on the playback. That would be a shame. Not climb that. Nope. Oh. GPS cache. I don't even remember when I last played my Switch. I rarely play on my PS4. That's what it seems. been enjoy playing through. Interesting. Interesting. No, well, I am a very big fan of the
World
Switch.
War
I think it's a
II
very good console.
Probably Japanese.
It did, didn't it? On yeah, on KCD. Yeah.
It's freezing.
See again, bodies hanging from the ceiling.
For better or worse, I now follow Father Matthias. If I'm gonna be stuck on his island, at least I have the best possible job. He calls me his first Solari. Matthias might be insane, but he's smart and dangerous. He knows things about this island. I believe is our only chance of ever getting out of here. Matthias keeps us happy. We control the guns and the food. Anything the storm brings to this island is ours, and we decide the fate of any new survivors. Any who defy us are killed. We are masters of this fucked up prison.
Fair enough.
So, for the ritual? Bravo. We'll find out tonight.
Oh yes, I remember this. Now from here, it's quite a good section. It is midnight. I think we should probably bring things to a close. It's been over 2 hours. But also, I don't want to lose this on the VOD if there is a problem. So hopefully that's okay, guys. I'm just gonna. Oh, it also saves, doesn't it? This game, so yeah, we're fine. So yeah, I think I'll bring things to a close there. Exciting news though from Nintendo. Good stuff. Good stuff. I look forward to seeing what else is. Yeah, I'll allow it. Fair enough. Fair enough. And then tomorrow I'm working on an Artifacts video in the morning, which should be fun. Potentially the first ever streaming service is what it's about. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. Yeah. Good night, guys. It's been fun, and hopefully the VOD is intact. We'll see. Anyway, you take care. I'm so pleased that that I'm finally playing Tomb Raider as well, because I've been wanting to stream this game for ages. But the Xbox 360 version just isn't quite as pretty as the PC version. So, okay, guys. Good night. Take care. Sleep well. I'll see you next time. Well, actually, I'll probably see you tomorrow, because technically Wednesday was a cheeky extra stream tonight, wasn't it? So. Until then, bye-bye.